Sup, you chuckle fucks? It's your boy Dark Raku here with What If Issei Had Spiral Energy Part 9. Now I'm kind of in a good mood. Not really. Well, I am. Not the point. I pretty much was watching what's it called, Terrorizer and fucking Noga react to animation videos, and yeah, I was laughing for a while. I should have done this video like when it turned 3 o'clock because I finished rewatching that shit, but I was like, I'm gonna watch some Terrorizer. Some Terrorizer and Dari the Nolua because potato. But not the point. I'm just let me just begin to this what if. Let me shut the fuck up. So yeah. So let's begin into this what if. So we begin into mostly the day on, well, mostly a special day on Friday. Of course, Issei is right now with his kind of two brothers, and his two brothers were kind of worried and what happened on that school day, but they don't actually pressure him to actually question him about what happened or any of that. Well, I mean, well, mostly Mikey didn't do that, but Azana did. He questioned Issei and what happened. Issei just tried to kind of trick him in saying that nothing happened. It was just some crazy, quiet kid that attacked a lot of people, but luckily he managed to escape. Which Azana didn't believe that. Mikey did. He wouldn't believe anything that Issei said because Mikey, he's not the smartest. Well, he is, but he just is happy that his little brother's okay. But Azana knows that he's a little bit smarter than that, and of course he will not have to believe that. So of course he pressured Issei into kind of telling him what really happened. Of course, Izana is not surprised that Issei had to take another, what's it called, family member of the Teto kind of family. Now, Izana knows about how Issei took out Kisuke Teto, now, or Tetsu, or whatever how you ever say his last name. But yeah, now of course, hearing that Issei took out someone that's named Matsuda Tetsu, he's just not surprised too much. He kills one in the streets, he kills the other one in the school. They both belong to the streets in mostly Izana's opinion, but yeah. He didn't really care. But this is where, well, he's just happy that Issei is okay and not mentally traumatized. Which, yes, Issei is truly not mentally traumatized. He doesn't even care that much. He had to get rid of a monster, a beast, a demon, that being what's it called, Matsuda, out of the way so he can protect others. Now, of course, Issei isn't too, what's it called, fearless himself. And of course, wouldn't really care about saving people because he's not a hero. Because he never believes he's the hero of the story of anything. But believes that he just needs to get rid of people who are evil. Or much more cruel to that being like a demon or something. He doesn't believe he's the hero. He doesn't believe he's the hero of the story. He just believes that he just does whatever. Because whoever is the hero, the true hero of the story is they are the ones. He is not. He never believes that. But yeah. But of course, we go into mostly, well, Friday. Now, of course, when Friday comes, not many parents want to kind of like put their kind of like children into danger if that ever happens again. So of course, well, not many parents let their children kind of go to school. Some of them still does, but that's just because they're kind of like students. Mostly their children are kind of rebellious against them and wanting to go to school. Some of the guys want to go because they want to see some of the girls. And some of the girls want to see some of the guys, so yeah. But because all of them are almost horny teenagers half the time. Issei is going, but of course he's walking along with Murahama, so yeah. But we go into mostly Matsuda and mostly Murahama and Issei just kind of walking. This is where, well, Murahama is feeling okay. He did get shot, but luckily thanks to his nanobites, they managed to heal his body, but yeah. He does explain what he did mostly on that day towards what's he called, Issei. Issei also explains what he did to Matsuda. This is where, well, Murahama questions if Issei is going to get suspended. Issei says, I would be surprised if I don't get suspended. This is where, well, mostly Murahama nodded. This is where, well, Murahama then questioned, are you sure that you probably will get kicked out of the school also? Yeah, I'm probably just a good chance. This is where, well, Murahama says, you don't seem surprised about it. Nope, I don't. Have you gotten kicked out of school before? Not entirely. If you're talking about if I got arrested and sent to juvie or even prison, I would say kinda. That's where, well, mostly Murahama says, what do you mean kinda? Okay, I never did tell you about what happened when I was 11, did I? This is where, well, mostly Motorhama shake his head and say, no, not really. Well, I will tell you maybe one of these days about what really happened when I was 11. But short story, I just ran away from home, met some people, became a gangster, and when I was 14, I got arrested and I got sent back over here. But yeah. This is where, well, Issei gave him the straight up short story about it. This is where, well, mostly Motohama is questioning Issei now because he's actually quite shocked to believe that Issei, when he was 11, just ran away from home. He actually wanted to question any further about why he even did that. This is where, well, mostly Issei just gave him one short answer and neglecting parents. This is where, well, mostly Motohama kind of nodded. His parents aren't neglectful. Mostly his parents also wanted Motohama not to go to school today, but Motohama refuses to not go because whatever he's going to have to need, like education, other stuff, and he actually wants to support his friend, well, Issei, since he was the one who was mostly injured and hurt during the battle. Since he was the one only fighting, he was the only person who was fighting against these gangsters so easily, and of course, the one who actually took the most bullets out of everyone who ever got shot. Of course, Lexia and the other girl got shot, but they only got shot once, while Issei got shot 4 times and one of his necklaces shattered thanks to, well, the protection. And this is where, well, Issei is still very enraged and pissed of that. One of his necklaces, he lost him entirely, is the one that his sister gave it to him. Mostly, that's what he's still raging about, still angry, still kind of having this, like, mostly dark malicious energy to kill whoever like pisses him off any further. But of course, after talking to Motohama, he calms down for a little bit. But yeah, this is where, well, mostly Motohama says, so I see. Still, are you sure you shouldn't went to a hospital? And this is where he says, scoffs and says, I don't need a hospital. I did it myself. I did it on my own. I fucking heal myself. I don't need no hospital. I am fine by myself. He hits his chest, and this is where he regrets that after a while. This is where, well, it's just, this is where, well, mostly Motohama switch off and says, dude, I told you should just went to a hospital. Why are you going to school? Because I know I'm going to get suspended anyways. Suspended or probably kicked out of the school. I should probably just do it on my own terms instead of just being in the hospital and then getting kicked out by a letter or something. I want to be face to face with Kaichu. I want to actually not be kicked out. I'm actually going to ask her to just kick me out herself. This is where, well, mostly resigned from the school, or kind of kicked out, whatever you got, whatever, just suspended, kicked out, whatever. Mostly, Motohama was winding his eyes and says, are you sure you want to do that? Issei says, it was my problem that I kind of caused. Truly, if I'm going to be the one kicked out, I want to take responsibility. This is where, well, Motohama says, I have never heard you say you want to take responsibility. That word is a mythical legend for you. This is where Issei says, I will punch you right in the face, Motohama. Do you want me to just knock you out for the day? This is where Motohama just switched off and says, no, I'm fine. Okay, fine. Well, when we're getting to school, I'm just going to be hearing some music and singing at the same time. So that's the only thing that calms me down half the time. Okay, fine. Do whatever. So, mostly, Issei is basically hearing a bunch of, like, Netflix songs. Well, not Netflix. Mostly, the creator is kind of, like, mostly, the name is called Neffex. So, I usually say Netflix, but I think it's Netflix. But not Netflix. I don't know why. Netflix. Of course, well, the songs he hears, let me show you what they are. So, the songs he hears is called Fight Back. What's it called? Desperation. Cold. Born as a rock star, statement, numb, or not numb, mostly purpose, failure, soldier, my way, crown, greatness, dangerous, never give up, what's it called? He also hears it's a call. What's it called? He also hears the song Ready to Kill, what's it called? Ready to Kill, Dance Again, somewhat, well, mostly Get Out the Way, Light Up, not the point. Destiny, he actually hears it, he loves it a lot, he sings it pretty well. And also, I Won't Stop, and Legendary, Get Through, Coming For You, Losing My Mind, Victory, Bite Me, Seeing All Red. Seeing All Red actually does kind of match up with Issei in his battle with mostly the Valhalla members a lot, and he actually sings it also well. You don't want to see me mad. I'm coming with a payback. You don't want to taste that. Don't want to see me on attack. Trust me, you don't want to face that. Adrenaline, I crave that. Yeah, you know I'm nasty. I'm about to be savage. Yeah, you get the point, right? He also sings the song Go Down Swinging, because it does kind of make sense for him a little bit. Play All Those Thoughts Built to Last, The Plague, Immortal, Back One Day, Statement, Hunt. You get the point. Make Collapse, and also, well. He also sings Myself that says, they say life brings discomfort, and I discover we all just suffer, 'cause no one feels the same. But you get the point. He also sings Self-Made, Hope, Fearless, Graveyard, Struggle, what's it called? This Is War, Nightmare, Blow Up, Stay Strong, someone, and so the other songs he sings is also The Rain, Make a Move, and also Tell Me That I Can't, Dreaming On, what's it called? No Filter, and One Shot, also Revolution, not point, but yeah, he's singing it, and also The Itch, but not the point. But yeah, so he's kind of like singing those songs while getting to school, and of course a lot of people hear his enchanted singing because, well, they've been walking for a while to school, and of course Muhammad isn't going to just stop mostly Issei, because Issei has his eyes closed and he's just hearing songs, and of course he doesn't listen to the outside, and also he doesn't pay attention. So of course, mostly Muhammad is just going to ignore Issei just kind of singing music, because, well, he doesn't really care what Issei does. And of course, where Issei singing no filter, no filter, no filter. So the song he hears is called One Shot, but yeah, he's singing no fear, gotta look down, only man. Yeah, you get the point. But of course, Issei is singing that song, and of course, he does not care about anyone. But does it work well? Mostly, Muhammad does bump into him and kind of just like hit him with an elbow in the side of the stomach, in which Issei kind of almost cough up blood. But this will work well. So this will work well. Mostly he's hearing that song, and this will work well. Mostly he did get hit in the side of mostly the side of his stomach, which he still has wounds and hurt and other shit. And of course this will work well. Mostly he gets hit to the side, and this is where he cough up almost blood, and this will work well. He managed to put his hand into his mouth and kind of glare at mostly Murahama and say, "You son of a bitch, what the hell was that for?" This will work well. Murahama just like snap his fingers and look up and just tell mostly to, when I look up, look in front. And this is where, well, mostly Issei does look in front and just sees every girl right now having hearts in their eyes, while guys are just over here saying, wait the fuck a minute, first you say you're a complete badass who takes fucking multiple bullets, come back and just look like you're fucking survived, and then cough up some blood, but not the point. And you can now say you can fucking sing? This is where, well, Issei right now looks at them with a horrified look. This is where he glares at Muhammad, telling him nothing, absolutely nothing, until they get to school. This is where, well, mostly Issei said, I'm not fucking kill you, Muhammad. Muhammad says, well, you can do that later when I actually do graduate from the school, because I'm not trying to die in this school. This is where, well, mostly Issei growls at Muhammad, but this is where, well, they started walking without a care in the world. And of course, mostly all the girls are kind of having hearts in their eyes because, well, Issei's voice is enchanting half the time. While, well, Muhammad over here just walking without a care in the world. He's calm, he doesn't care, and of course, if he gets also suspended, well, shit, guess he's going to a different school. But yeah, he doesn't know if Issei's going to a different school, or he's just going to start his gangster life way earlier than he thought. This is where, mostly, well, this is where, well, Issei doesn't really care, and just keep walking. This is where, well, they keep going and walking until mostly a girl mostly stopped right in front of Issei in an instant, and of course just decided to bow down towards Issei. Issei was confused, and this is where, well, mostly Muhammad was also confused, but this is where, well, the girl says, thank you for, well, mostly it seems it wasn't actually a kid, but it was actually a mother instead. This is where, well, she bowed down and in front of both of the boys. This is where, well, Issei was confused, and even Muhammad. Muhammad just kind of just looked at her with an emotionless look, kind of, while mostly Issei looks at her confusedly. Of course, he's still hearing music from his earbuds, and the song he's hearing is Pain. This is where, well, mostly made by Josh Hay, but this is where, well, Issei said, are you okay, ma'am? This is where Issei kind of looks at her. This is where, well, The woman up, she kind of looks up, and this is where she has kind of darker, kind of tannish skin. She also seems to have kind of glasses. Her eyes seems to be a sharper, darker blue color. Well, it's kind of like not blue but purple. She does seem more like a MILF kind of, but this is where, well, her hair is like longer, dark brown, but yeah, that reaches all the way down to her like mostly stomach area. And this is where, well, she just bows down. This is where she's kind of wearing like somewhat like a teacher's outfit somewhat, but it's not. Mostly looks to be some kind of secretary, but she bows down and right now thanks both, well, mostly Issei and Murahama. This is where, well, mostly Issei is confused until he noticed was called someone kind of running up to this mother of someone. And this is where, well, ow, also I kind of slipped and almost tripped. Also, did I fuck my shoes up? No, fuck, I fucked them up. Not the point. But of course, this is where, not my shoes, mostly my sandals, but not the point. I'm walking in sandals. But of course, this is where, well, mostly the person that walked up next to his mother, or mostly ran up to this like female, this older lady, was none other than the same person that Issei kind of remember helping jump down the second floor. This is where, well, Issei says, "It's you." This is where Issei seems shocked and looking at the female. This is where she does have like mostly this like arm brace that's kind of like helping her. Mostly it's her right, well, not right, her left hand that has it. And this is where, well, she's right now kind of putting her hand on her mother's shoulder and telling her to stop doing this. And this is where when she looks up to see Issei and even wants to call Murahama, she turns kind of slightly red on her face, like a little tint of red, because, well, Issei did sing enchanting, and of course he looks fine, probably. Not that fine unlike last time on Monday, which he was extremely hurt. But even though he was extremely hurt, he looks actually quite hot, in her opinion. This is where, well, she was blushing. She had what's called lighter crystallized blue eyes instead of like her mother. Her mother had purplish eyes. And this is where she has short, kind of like darkish brown hair, but not that short. It was kind of medium. This is where, well, she then kind of has her kind of same kind of tannish, darker skin, similar to her mother. And this is where, well, she was blushing. This is where she said, "Hello there, Issei senpai." This is where, well, she kind of said very fast and telling, or mostly not Issei senpai, but mostly Issei kun. This is where, well, Issei says, what? Murahama says, "Kun." This is where, well, mostly when not Murahama didn't laugh. He just looked at her confused and saying, this is where Murahama says, "Oh, you're my robotics team." This is where, well, she looks to the side and says, "Oh, hello there, Murahama-san." This is where, well, mostly Murahama says, "San, don't be too formal with me. You can just call me Murahama." This is where, well, the girl kind of blushed also, and mostly Murahama's statement. Now, Murahama does look different because he is wearing glasses, but his glasses were kind of shattered last time. So, of course, right now, he's wearing eyelashes. So, of course, it's showing off his crystallized blue eyes. Yes, he does have crystallized blue eyes, and he does have black hair, but yeah, he's trying to hide his crystallized blue eyes with his, like, black hair. But, of course, it's not really working. But, yeah, because his glasses were kind of shattered during the whole battle between, well, mostly taking a bullet to the fucking stomach, but not the point. Doesn't work. Well, we'll see. Well, Murahama says, "It's just call me Murahama." Doesn't work. Well, she nodded, she blushes, but yeah, her name is Katsuri, and of course, well, she then says, "Oh, I should apologize myself. My name is Katsuri Shima." Yeah, I'm gonna call her Katsuri Shima, or not Shima, Shima. Well, I'm not whatever. I'll call her something last name, but yeah. And this is where, well, she then says that this is mostly Matsuri, mostly her mother Matsuri, whatever last name, okay. But this is where, well, mostly Matsuri kind of nodded and says, "Hello there, you too." This is where, well, she's still bowing down, but this is where, well, she's very grateful for the fact that Issei helped her kind of like little baby girl. And of course, this is where, well, mostly Issei kind of just shakes his head and says, "Stop thinking I'm a hero. I'm not a hero. I just did what's right, so stop calling me a hero." This is where Issei just walks past him, while Murahama just kind of apologizes towards Katsuri and says, "Sorry about Issei. Issei's, well, mostly going to do something reckless again, so we cannot really talk too much. Goodbye, Katsuri." This is where, well, mostly Murahama walks with Issei. This is where, well, Issei is walking, and of course, he is wearing the school male uniform, even though it looks a little bit ripped, but fuck it. He is wearing the ripped kind of ties of clothes to kind of make him look like a different badass. Well, not really. It's because he only had one pair because he forgot the rest at his family's house, but he didn't really want to go to his family's house. because he already knows he's going to get suspended, kicked out of school. So what's the point? This is where, well, he is kind of going to, well, the Kaichu's kind of room, mostly, yeah, Kaichu's kind of classroom, or not classroom, her kind of president room. Now, of course, well, we'll see Murahama's walking next to Issei and saying, so are you really going to try to get yourself suspended? Do you think it will even do anything, help you anything? Besides, you already see from one of the mothers from one of the students, she was grateful, happy about the fact that you help her and of course escape and other things from a crazy psychopath. Issei sighs and just looks at Murahama dead in the eyes and says, even though I did things, it was my problem in the first place. Ah, damn it. I should have realized that Mochi Matsuda was also a part of the family of Kisuke Tetsu. I should have realized that sooner. I should have eliminated him faster. Damn it. I should have realized the faultiness that Mochi Murahama had. Murahama had was this little arrogance kind of attitude, and it became much more arrogance after a while, after him believing that he should have been the true harem king or whatever the hell he was rambling on about. Ah, I see. So that's why he got so angry. He got so angry because me and you were getting distance from being perverted. Yes, and he decides to not like that and actually wanted us both dead. Well, actually, I think he just wanted me dead because I looked different and didn't really care. My hairstyle changed and other shit. Also, did you dye your hair into a greenish tint? Oh, fuck it, man. I don't really care if I have my hair dyed into a little green strip. Bro, I really didn't care. My brothers were actually helping me and trying to take a different design look so people wouldn't talk about, well, the scars and wounds I have. So I'm just thinking, all those like clothing, that white shirt that you have underneath is mostly having all the bandages. And the coat you have right now is, well, kind of like patched up a little bit. And this is where Issei chuckles and says, yeah, my sister did taught me about mostly sewing a little bit if I ever did get my shirt destroyed one time. Which, it was helpful, not gonna lie, but I'm not good like my sister. This is where mostly Muhammad chuckles and says, dude, if you wanted clothes, I couldn't give you some. This is where Issei chuckles and says, nah, I had my clothes, most of the school uniform, but I have them in the other house. You know, that house I'm never going back. I'm never going back towards them. Maybe I'll go back towards them just to tell them to F off my life entirely. Just stop, like, believing that one day I'll ever come back to them, because I would never do it. Because I believe they would never change. They never did change. Actually, when I came back when I was 14, they were the similar, same, but a little bit more caring. Maybe because they had some regret, some pity on me, or probably they didn't care too much. So I'm never going back to that house. I'm saying with my brothers, I don't care. This is where mostly Muhammad is saying, well, okay. Well, we're almost here to the Kaichu's office. This is where, well, he says, well, wish me luck, man. This is where, well, mostly Muhammad says, wait. How the, dude, I'm going with you. I don't care. Bro, if I get suspended also, shit, my luck. Besides, I gave the recording footage towards what's it called? Well, Tsubaki-san. Oh, that girl you had a crush on that one time. This is where, well, mostly Murahama's face becomes red and says, shut the fuck up, bastard. This is where, well, mostly what's it called? Murahama glares at Issei. This is where, well, mostly Issei chuckles, but just says, oh, come on, let's just go in then. This is where, well, mostly Issei knocks at the door, and of course, where, well, mostly we go into Kaichu's kind of POV, being Sona. Sona is right now kind of having a very angry and stern look at what's it called, mostly Sanji, while Sanji is right now on the table kind of just looking down, and of course, where, well, he is going to get his punishment because, well, the school reputation is kind of going down, of course, because of his fault for bringing Matsuda, who was actually an unstable child, then which Sona should have actually realized this much faster, because he does show some unstableness sometimes when Issei and Murahama were changing. She also noticed what's it called Issei's change, and even what's it called mostly Murahama's, and of course it made what's it called Matsuda being unstable. But other than that, they seem to probably not even notice neither. But that's not the point. This is where, well, mostly Sona is glaring at what's it called Sanji still because he let some criminals, well, in her opinion, it's criminals slash just thugs, into the school to attack two fellow students who literally didn't do anything to Sanji, other than one time insult him or something like that. This is where, well, Momo and what's it called, Tomura? Tomorrow or whatever, is right now kind of just looking at Sanji with a very sad expression. To ever believe that he was actually going to do something so reckless like this? This is where, well, Tsubaki is kind of glaring at him with such an emotionless look, but angry look at the same time because, well, it did hurt what's it called, Motohama, and of course, where, well, Tsubaki actually has a little crush on him now. This is where, well, thanks to his, like, bravery saving hero time, which he only did that out of, well, mostly kindness, but yeah. This is where, well, Sona heard the door kind of knocking and she thought it was Rias, so of course she just says, come in. This is where, well, the two people that she never expected to actually come back to school will be Issei and literally Motohama showing up. This is where, well, Tsubaki just looks at mostly Motohama, and Motohama looks different. He no longer has his glasses, but instead has showing his crystallized blue eyes, which made, what's it called, or mostly, one is crystallized blue and the other one is kind of like a purplish color, like a dark kind of magenta purplish. This is where, well, mostly Tsubaki's face becomes red because after seeing that, but yeah. Or, well, it's not purple, it's actually, what's it called, it's actually like a reddish color, but yeah. The reason why it's reddish is because he managed one of his eyes to turn red a while ago. But it wasn't during the whole kind of battle between him and, what's it called, Sanji, and him getting shot and getting hurt. No, it's not that time. This is where, well, mostly, well, Sona just kind of sees Motohama and even, what's it called, Issei, and this is where, well, she wasn't expecting them. This is where, well, she was expecting them to either lead the school, exchange classes, exchange whatever, or kind of do whatever, because they literally were the targets, the main targets. Issei was extremely hurt. From her report, from mostly some people that actually managed to keep tabs on Issei, but managed to lose him after, well, he managed to get away from the school because he went to do something entirely. She thought that he died or something because he was the most injured, hurt, wounded, and of course bruised. He was the one who was mostly in the battles between the thugs, but he was the one managing to knock them all out. Of course, even knocking out the big guy who was named Hanma. And Hanma is also in the school, but he's right now kind of tied up in a room. This is where, well, he doesn't want to do anything. He's also knocked out, but he is knowing damn well if he tries to do anything, escape or any of that, Issei will hunt him down. And he is not trying to go on a hunting list of Isseis. So no, he's not. He's just being compatible. Because he realized that his money from mostly Matsuda is never going to get paid, so what's the point? So yeah. So of course, mostly, well, Hama's not in a different room. He's also in the same room. When Hama turns around, and even Sanji, they see Issei, and this is where Hanma right now pales. He is right now scared of Issei, because Issei can always go into his dragon rage. Different from Dark Impulse, but much stronger, much more ruthless. This is where, well, mostly Hama is sweat dropping so much, right now kind of paling at the sight of Issei. And right now Sanji's also paling because what he has heard from Hama is just scared entirely to go against anyone of the Sano or Kurogawa family. That being either Azana, Mikey, or even Issei. He's even worse scared with Issei, but yeah. Of course, anyone else, he wouldn't even care. He wouldn't even care about fighting against Taiju. But yeah, he has some fear against Taiju, but still, at least Taiju would have been better, but yeah. Since he is considered the current leader of the Black Dragons, but not the point. Well, not really the leader of the Black Dragons, but yeah. But of course, there are, mostly, they see Issei and even what's it called, well, mostly Motohama just standing there. This is where, well, mostly Sona says, Issei. This is where, well, mostly Sona kind of questions Issei. Issei says, hello there, Kaichu. This is where, well, Sona says, what are you doing here? This is where, well, Issei says, huh? What am I doing here? Well, I just came here to do stuff. We'll see. Do some things and sign some papers. So for my reckless actions against fighting against, well, criminals, you can say. Well, thugs. Hanma. And even Sanji. With Sanji, I should clock you the fuck out, shouldn't I? This is where Sanji pales and realizes that Issei would attack him in an instant. But Issei doesn't do it. This is where, well, mostly Murahama is kind of just looking at Sabaki and just waving at her. This is where Sabaki's face becomes red because, yes, she also has, well, mostly two different color of eyes. Well, mostly, yeah, her eye color is well, different. In the manga, they said it was kind of brownish and, of course, mostly. So the thing is called heterochromate, which mostly Murahama's eyes, one is blue in his right eye with crystallized blue, while the other one is kind of red, but yeah, in his left eye. With what's it called, Sabaki is actually what's it called, mostly one is violet purple, or yeah, not violet, it's just, yeah, violet purple in her kind of like right eye, in her left eye, or yeah. No, in her left eye is violet, mostly that's the color of the mostly eye, it's just violet, and the other one is light brown, mostly her right eye. This is where she's kind of blushing, having a tint of blush, and seeing mostly Murahama look different. This is where Issei has a green streak down his hair, so he wouldn't be questioned about mostly his wounds or any of that. This is where, well, mostly Issei kind of, well, go sit down right in front of what's it called, Kaiju, and even Murahama. Well, Murahama's just standing, but yeah. This is where, well, Sabaki is looking at Murahama, and she's kind of looking away sometimes. Just glancing at him, but just looking away, but yeah. Now, Murahama's blushing a little bit because, well, he remembers his kiss before kind of passing out. Of course, he also blushes, but yeah, but looks away a little bit also. Now, of course, everyone in the whole, what's it called, mostly Parage is looking confused. Even Sanji, because he doesn't remember what happened because he got blasted by, what's it called, mostly Murahama. But it wasn't from a sacred gear. Mostly Sabaki actually state that towards Sona that it wasn't from a sacred gear, but instead a machinery kind of device that mostly Murahama created. One to put in his chest, so literally giving him nanobites, and of course will actually like repair any wounds that he ever had. And one gauntlet that looks like he just shoots a laser straight into Sanji, which Sanji was pretty hurt, but not the point. This is where we'll see Sona just kind of glances at Issei and says, "So what do you want, Issei?" This is where Issei said, "Oh, that's easy. Since this is my fault," this is where, well, Issei literally take the full-on brunt of the mostly fault thing. This is where Issei says, "Since this is my fault of everything, mostly with Murahama, well not Murahama, Matsuda, Hanma, and even Sanji, I will take the full brunt of the assault of mostly instead of the school to take it fully. That means I'd rather be the one being suspended, and also I would rather be the one who gets kicked out of the school." This is where, well, when Sona hears this, she was shocked, surprised also. Everyone was shocked and dumbfounded. This is where mostly Sanji was shocked, dumbfounded, but a little happy because he won't be able to get kicked out of the school. So this is where Hanma kind of just looked shocked and dumbfounded at Issei. Yes, he's mostly the type of person who would take the downfall of those who would let the others escape. Hanma knows about this because he remembers how, well, one time with him and Kisuke kind of being with mostly Issei's group before betrayment happened with Issei and Kisuke. He noticed that Issei was quite someone admirable, and of course wouldn't care if he gets like mostly jail time or any of that. He would take the brunt of mostly the attack of being, well, mostly in jail than letting anyone else get into jail. It was going to happen one time, Hanma remembers. And this is where Hanma was kind of just dumbfounded that Issei hasn't really changed all that much. He hasn't really changed from his, well, mostly older life when he was actually around 14. But yeah. And of course Hanma was actually around there being 15. Yes, Hanma's a little bit older than Issei being 18, but not the point. This is where, well, mostly Sona was just dumbfounded and shocked. She was about to question Issei why entirely. And this is where, well, mostly what Hanma kind of says, I would also like to take the full brunt of the attack. Instead of this where, well, Murahama gives out an excuse and why it's actually a good idea to actually suspend him. The reason why is because, well, mostly thanks to their idiotic, they thought they can actually take on mostly Matsuda by themselves, thinking it was just one man. But Issei knew damn well that it wasn't going to be one person. He saw Hanma before. He wasn't an idiot on that day. He just didn't want other people to get in the crossfire. Other mostly civilians. He just guessed people to be civilians. But yeah. That's it, well, he has kind of that little respectful admiration similar to that jockey, but not the point. This is well, mostly but yeah, what am I saying mostly? But this is where, well, mostly Sona kind of hears the excuse and explaining of mostly why they should be suspended from mostly Motohama, and this is where, well, Sona hears about this, and this is where, well, she is going to have to suspend people and also probably kick out some people, but this is where she's actually scared and trying to kick out Issei. The reason why is because Issei is considered still to be her secret fiance, but of course also the fact that mostly Rias needs someone to save her from the marriage between Riser and herself. And Rias did explain that Issei might have a sacred gear, a powerful sacred gear, but they won't be able to sense it that much because, well, he has low magic, or magic none at all. But this is where, well, Issei is right now explaining that he's wishing to be kicked out of the school and doesn't really mind if he gets kicked out or not. This is where, well, also, she wanted to probably put Motohama to go into Rias Parage and not Issei, but this is where, well, Motohama is also wishing to be kicked out also. Motohama explains that even if he gets kicked out, he should be able to go to another school, a better school than this. Mostly a technology school, because, well, he was already wishing to move to go to a technology school, so it really doesn't matter if this goes onto his record history. This is where, well, mostly Sona wine her eyes. Motohama is thinking of going to a tech school anyway, while Issei, he just doesn't really care if it goes on the history, or mostly his, what's it called, his personal history or whatever. Besides, this is where, well, Issei explains, and the reason, there's also one reason that he's actually confused about. He questions Sona and why he even accepted him in this school in the first place. This is where Sona looks confused and just kind of asks Issei if, what do you mean? Issei explains one thing. Why did she accept if Issei has such a worse history? Well, mostly a very bad record of history in his, what's it called, middle school. This is where, well, Sona just looks at him puzzled and confused. And this is where, well, mostly Sawaki also looks confused. Issei said, what are you two looking confused? Isn't that on my history? My mostly middle school history? And this is where, well, mostly Sona shakes her head because when she goes search up Issei's kind of report card, well, mostly not report card, mostly his like history for middle school, it just seems to have like a normal history. Not being reckless, not being dangerous, not being anything. She even shows it towards Issei, which Issei seems dumbfounded and shocked. Until he actually snaps in an instant. He just like snap his hands and, well, mostly snap his hands in an instant. Well, mostly his two fingers. This is where Issei says, Madaka. This is where, well, he screams out a name. Well, mostly kind of shouts out quietly, but this is where, well, he just says Madaka. Which all the devils manage to hear, and even what's it called, Hanma. This is where Hanma does know about who exactly Madaka is. She used to be the old kind of like Kaichu kind of president of the middle school that Issei went to. So yeah. Of course, well, mostly Sona was questioning who this Madaka is. This is where, well, mostly Motohama also questioned it. This is where mostly Issei's thinking in his head right now, saying, why would Madaka do that? He right now thinks in his head, well, yeah, I already said that, but he's right now saying, why would Madaka right now change my history? She knew how much of a bad person I was, and yet she just instead just puts to have myself to be having a normal history. When I got arrested that day, she should have just put all the history of bad shit I should have done, all the crazy kind of gangster stuff I should have done. But instead, no wonder I got accepted to the school too easily. Instead of having the criminal history of my old past life in middle school, Madaka must have changed it before I got fully arrested, or when I got arrested. Why would Madaka do that? That doesn't make any sense. This is where, well, mostly Issei said, she didn't like me that much, did she? I know she kind of hated the fact that I was a gangster at that time and really didn't care about anyone. But why was she? Damn it, I don't have Madaka's phone number. If I did, I would have called her in an instant and asked her why. Maybe if I talked to the old school that I went, would I be able? Maybe. Damn it. This is where, well, Issei kind of looks up at Sona, and this is where, well, mostly Issei kind of grunts and says, it doesn't matter, does it? I'm getting suspended, kicked out anyway. So if you really want to know what happened in my middle school life, well, you can actually talk to Hanma over there, because he was someone in the same middle school as me. before, well, a little betrayment, jackass. This is where Hama says, okay, I'm sorry. This is where Hama kind of said very quietly, but doesn't really want to piss off Issei. This is where, well, mostly Suna is a little kind of confused and actually wanted to know about his history in middle school. Issei said, but other than that, I'm gonna have to get a few calls. I'm gonna have to call a few people to get my original kind of data, kind of mostly history and data, so I can actually be fully suspended from the school or fully kicked out of the school. This is where Sona wiped her eyes and said, wait. No. We can change this topic. Issei, you weren't entirely in fault for this. You were in the hospital, weren't you? Issei says, what do you mean? I was at home. Those 3 days, I was literally at home chilling. Not exactly. We go into a flashback of Issei kind of always grunting, but when Mikey wasn't around, Azana already knew about the pain and mostly hurtness that Issei had, the bullets and other shit that Issei had to pluck out by himself. Which Azana always wanted to take Issei to a hospital, but Issei didn't want to. But this is where, well, mostly Issei says, no, I was just chilling the whole time, so surely it's my fault. This is where, well, Issei really wants to just take the full brunt of this. This is where, well, mostly Sona doesn't want to suspend him entirely at all. This is where, well, mostly Motohama's over there kind of just sitting there quietly. He never knew about any of the history record of, well, Issei. When they became friends, they just became friends out of mostly perverted kind of hobbies. The perverted like hobbies. But other than that, it was just out of that. But he never did actually ask for any of the history or any of the lessons that Issei had. But yeah. Now, of course, he heard this girl named Madaka. This is where, well, he doesn't know who exactly Madaka is. Now, Hanma and Issei are the only ones who know who she is because she used to be the old kind of middle school kind of president, kind of council president, but yeah. But this is where, well, we'll see Hanma says, damn, I haven't remembered Madaka in a while. I wonder if she became much more beautiful than the last time. This is where Hanma just thinks in his head. But yeah. This is where, well, Issei sighs and says, what exactly do you want to change it to? This is where, well, this is when I say, how about instead of you getting suspended, I put you in a club room, the occult research club room. I do not believe in any of that supernatural bullcrap, so no. Issei literally says, no, I'd rather get suspended instead of having my mind be bored out of my fucking head literally about some supernatural bullcrap. I do not believe in devils, I do not believe in angels, and I don't believe in fallen angels. Well, any of that bullcrap from the Bible. Literally, I'll be reading the Bible, I'll fall asleep the next fucking day. I do not care about reading any of that bullcrap. And also, fucking magic and other bullcrap that people would like to taught me. How the fuck do I use magic when I don't believe in any of that bullcrap? Like, can I be high when every time they go on with this whole devil bullcrap? Because, or mostly, not devil bullcrap, the supernatural bullcrap. Because I do not believe in any single bullcrap of that. This is where Sona switch off because she sees that Issei is really not a non-believer in that bullcrap. This is where, well, mostly Hanma says, wait, there's something called the Occult Research Club? Hanma kind of spoke out and says, that is the most stupidest club I ever heard. No, I'm not gonna lie, I also don't believe in that supernatural bullcrap. This is where, well, Issei says, exactly, I don't believe in it. And I don't believe I should be in that club. Besides, it has like 4 good people in that class. I think it's 4, I think it's Kiba, the Prince of Kuwo, what's it called, Kaneko, the Cox, whatever the fuck she is exactly, Akano, and then Rias. I don't know why you want me to put me in that class. I don't understand, and I refuse to go in there. This is why, well, also, if you're thinking of putting me in this, like, president's office, mostly with your members, I refuse to do that also, because I don't even like paperwork. I am not smart like Motohama here. Motohama will be a good example for a good student. Motohama says, no, you fucking don't. I'm getting suspended no matter what. This is where, mostly Sabaki looks sad and mostly Motohama's statement, but this is where Motohama says, but still, I am gonna miss this school a little bit, but yeah, I'd rather get kicked out too. This is where, well, mostly Sona is kind of gritting her teeth. She wants to just scream out on Issei, telling her no, that he can't, that he needs to save Rias from her kind of marriage. But she can't reveal the supernatural towards what to call Motohama, Hanma, and also Issei, because they don't believe in that shit. Even if she spreads out her wings, she realized that if she spreads out her wings, she's probably going to be called a cosplayer by Issei. Literally, Issei do not believe in that crap at all. And yes, Issei already has the information about the supernatural. He was already told by Joker. Benji, and other people. But Issei does not believe in that shit at all. Truly, no. It's pointless. He doesn't believe it at all. But this is where, well, we go into mostly Sona sign and say, fine, I will suspend you for, or yeah, suspend you for. Actually, no. Well, yes. What's it called? Sanji, you are going to be suspended for 4 weeks. 4 weeks. This is where, well, mostly she then looks at mostly Murahama. You'll be suspended for 2 months. This is where, well, she noticed what to call her kind of queen kind of saddened a bit, which she might have to kind of just mostly relax what's it called Murahama suspension for probably just 1.5 months, but yeah, or probably maybe just 1 month entirely. She then looks at Issei and she says, you will be also, you and Murahama will be 1 month because you were the most hurt during the whole battle. This is what, well, mostly he says, so you're going to just give me that for recovery or what? Do I come back and just go to prison or something next? This is where, well, mostly Sona shakes her hand and says, no, you didn't do anything. Issei literally bluntly said, I killed someone. I shot Matsuda in the head. How is that not world record history of being like, you're going to prison now? This is where Sona was shocked to ever hear that. She remembered hearing gunshots, and the last gunshot she ever heard was then nothing else. She thought she was going to hear more gunshots, but now that Issei really revealed that he was the one to kill Matsuda, she's actually scared now. Should he really suspend him fully? Should she really like kick him out of the school? What should she do? This is where she thinks, damn it. Why is he making this so much more difficult? Why, Issei? This is where she thinks in her head. This is where, well, she then looks at what's it called, Murahama. I didn't do anything. I just knocked the fuck out of Sanji. Sanji kind of growls at Murahama, but Hanma then says, what about me? I'm not even a part of the school entirely. Why will you suspend me? I thought you would literally just call the cops on me. This is where, well, we'll see Sona sighs and says, okay, fine. So, Hanma, yeah, I forgot Hanma's fully last time, and he just says, you will be also getting suspended for 1 month. I would like to see you here also. Hanma says, okay, this makes 0 sense. This school really makes 0 sense. I never enrolled into this school, but you were wearing the boys' academy uniform. That was because of Matsuda. This is where, well, mostly Hanma said he was kind of arguing with Sona a little bit because he's not really trying to get enrolled into the school. He's already supposed to be graduated from school. Not entirely because he just dropped out, but yeah. This is where, well, mostly, what's it called? Murahama is watch over and says, whatever, I would try to enroll to a tech school anyway. This is where, well, mostly Sona just kind of growls at Murahama also. And this is where, well, he says, watch up and says, whatever, I don't care. If that's the case, and I'm just going to get suspended for 1 month and not going to get killed, well, we're not killed, we'll see arrested. Well, then again, I'm going to figure out how to get arrested. How to speedrun of getting arrested. This is where, well, mostly Hanma says, count me in. This is where, well, mostly Sona says, no, both of you, I'm just suspending you for 1 day, 1 month. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is where she's kind of getting annoyed with both of them. This is where, well, mostly Issei says, no, but for real, I'm not going to do that whole jail thing. No, I'm actually going to call mostly my old middle school and to ask what's the reason why my record history wasn't shown up. This is where, well, and then show you my old record history to show you that pretty much my history is not the best at all. So I can truly prove to you that I should be kicked out of the school. So okay, other than that, bye. This is where Issei starts walking away. But I'll be staying for this school for a couple, mostly just this day, and then being suspended for that 1 month counting tomorrow, or mostly Monday, but not the point. This is where, well, mostly Sona sighs, but this is where she then kind of smiles a little bit, seeing how Issei is not truly an evil person, but he's really trying to show about his record history and other shit, but also showing, well, not evil, but mostly a cruel person, but he at least wants to stay here for 1 day. Not because of the girls. She's actually now thinking it's probably because of the girls that Issei has kind of been friends with. Mostly the 6 girls, kind of. Mostly being that, Esther, was it called Mariana, and also was it called Junko, probably that of, what's it called, Moriyama, Catherine, and even Aika. This is where, well, she wished that she was also considered friends with them because, well, she doesn't really mind the girls. if Issei is going to have a harem probably in the near future, if he will actually believe in the supernatural, that will probably be the harem that Issei will have. This is where, well, Issei doesn't really believe in the harem or probably having a girlfriend. So yeah. And also this Madaka chick, she better be kind of interesting. Because it seems that Issei was kind of close to Madaka because Issei said her name. And it's quite interesting. She really doesn't know anyone named Madaka, but not the point. But we go into someone's POV. A blue-haired beauty who is right now sneezing a couple of times, and someone kind of says, President, do you need tissues? This is where, well, the blue-haired beauty, a dark-haired blue, dark-haired blue with kind of these lightish brown eyes, kind of, or mostly darkish but beautiful brown eyes, kind of just mostly just kind of like puts her hand into her nose and says, no, I'm okay. What's it called? I'm okay. I just feel like someone was talking about me. This is where, well, the person says, oh, okay, Kaiju. So, what is that kind of history kind of folder that you have in your computer? Huh? This is where the blue-haired beauty says, oh, that? Oh, that's just, this is where she has a little sincere smile, saying, oh, that's just a kind of friend of mine that when he got arrested, I took his record history, his old record history, and just implanted fake record history. And I'm just keeping his old record history because I know he's going to one day ask for it. Even though it's been already 3 years since the last time I saw him. Oh, Issei, she says quietly under her voice. This is where, well, we go into Issei's POV of like talking to mostly Estef and the others and telling him that he's going to be suspended for 1 month. This is where, well, mostly the others cry, mostly Estef and Chuko just cries and hugs him, and even Marilyn, which Issei was confused, and of course felt his whole body just jolts up in pain and hurtness, and he says, ow, 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 please, stop, you're hurting me, my body's gonna die. This is where, well, they kind of just worry and shock and say, did you not went to the hospital? Mostly Catherine and Wariyama kind of question. Even Maki with an agency was there, and of course they're questioning out Issei, even with the Alexia, who was actually kind of came back a little bit, kind of having a patch of wound in her, kind of near her stomach, and of course it's kind of wondering if Issei went to the hospital. He says, yeah, I went to the hospital. This is where Alexia kind of coughs and says, hell no. Well, mostly she said, no, that's not exactly, because, well, she didn't see him at the hospital. He didn't show up at the hospital at any time, even when she even asked the table, or mostly the front office to ask where you were at, you were nowhere. Literally nowhere. This is where, well, we'll see Issei swatch up and say, I was there for a little bit, a very little bit. I was fine. This is where, well, Alexia glares at Issei and knowing damn well that he didn't went to the hospital. Even the other girls, Claire, even Estef, she was actually quite angry and kind of annoyed with Issei not going to a hospital, and decides to kind of lift up his shirt, which she noticed bandages all around, and they kind of are turning red because he's still kind of hurt. Issei says, oh, you do not need to worry about that. Issei grabs his shirt and kind of pulls it down and says, oh, it's nothing to worry about. That's really not nothing to worry about. This is where, well, they glare at him, but this is where, well, Lexia decides to pull out something from her back, mostly like a box, a brown box, and gives it to Issei. Issei says, what is this? This is where Lexia says, this is mostly the necklace that you dropped during the battle between mostly you and Matsuda. This is where Issei said, wait, necklace? This is where he reminds him of the necklace of the greenish kind of dragon necklace, which he opened it in an instant and sees the same dragon necklace, but a little bit much different. It has a more like tinted of the emerald being a little bit more rarer and of course brighter at the same time, like a nice kind of like very greenish color. And of course the jade material is still made out of jade material of the dragon, but this time it has kind of like, well, mostly like 3 heads entirely instead of having 2, which Issei was confused. But this is where, well, he then kind of wonders if he can still open the kind of gem to see if he can put the, what's it called, well, picture, if it still had the picture, but he wanted his eyes when it didn't have the picture. This is where, well, mostly Alexia says, well, if we're looking for the picture, I couldn't really save the picture, but I could just get the girl picture out of it. This is where she kind of shows the kind of little picture. It shows Emma's head, well, mostly her body, but yeah. And of course, Draken isn't in that picture where he is half asleep because what bullet didn't manage to smash into it. Well, only got part of the whole thing, but of course got rid of his younger self, but not the point. Which Issei kind of just smiles seeing Enma. This is where, well, mostly the other girls kind of have jealousy and kind of says, who's that girl? This is where Issei says, Issei didn't notice the jealousy, and of course, just like, this is my older sister. Or not my older sister, she's actually supposedly, well, yeah, she's somewhat my older sister. This is where, well, mostly all of them kind of quiet down because after hearing mostly Issei kind of talk about his sister and has a little gentle smile on his face. This is where, well, he says, she died after an incident. So mostly I'm just happy to believe that at least I have a picture of her. This is where, well, mostly they kind of nodded. Seeing Issei, and this is where Issei looks up and his tears, one of his eyes are actually crying. Well, Issei says, oh, sorry about that. Was I crying? I think I just got dust in my eyes. Sorry about that. This is where, well, they all kind of giggle at him because they see how Issei's differently acting. But yeah, but not the point. But we go into mostly the whole day kind of ending. And of course, Issei was about to leave school until mostly he bumped into this guy with blondish hair and kind of having reddish eyes. This is where, well, he had an arrogant looking smirk because he was just gonna walk into the whole school and just act arrogant. He already noticed the humans walk away. He was looking for his, well, marriage. He bumped into this person. Of course, when he looks down, or mostly not looks down, looks to the side of him, he just sees none other than the person that he fears the most in this entire world. None other than Issei Sano Kuragawa. Now, you see here, Riser is not an idiot. He remembers Issei because he was the only one to cancel out his flames and regeneration. Right now, Raph was next to, also, yes, Raph was next to her older brother for this whole thing. And this is where, well, mostly, Rias is actually coming out of the whole school. Of course, she was actually wondering why Riser didn't just show up to the freaking, like, old school building until she noticed Riser right now paling and scared and right now hiding behind Raffle. Issei looks at him with a very confused look until Issei then remembers this motherfucker. Issei says, you're that motherfucker that bumped into me that one time and pushed me off my bike. You son of a bitch. Get over here. I'm gonna kick your ass even if I'm really badly hurt. Riser says, no, I refuse to fight you. He says, get your ass over here. This is where Issei rushes after him even though Issei's hurt. Motohama switches off and sees his shit and says, Issei, we're suspended. We cannot fight here. He says, I don't give a shit if I get suspended again. Motherfucker, put down my fucking tab. I don't give a damn. This is where, well, mostly, what's it called? Riser saying, get away from me. No, I'm not fighting you. Riser refuses to fight you. Shut your bitch ass up and stop talking in third person. Issei rushes at him. This is where, well, mostly, right now, Riser is running. Fuck. Issei says, get your ass over here, boy. I'm not letting you run away from me. I don't know why you showed up, but I told you that last time that if you ever show up your face right in front of me, I'm gonna beat your ass to fucking 9 realms of hell. Even though I don't believe in that shit. This is where, well, Riser says, please, let go of me. I'm just, please, I wasn't even here for you. I don't give a damn. You bump into me. Get your ass over here. You bump into me that one time, and now you're bumping into me again. I'm gonna make sure you stay dead, 6 feet under the fucking ground. This is where, well, mostly Riser says, no. But yeah. Of course, this is where, well, we go into mostly Ria's barrage and also Sona's barrage because we're looking through the window, sweat-dropping at the fact that Riser is scared of a human, literally a fucking human. Probably because, well, mostly this person has beaten the shit out of Riser that one time. This is where, well, what Hama says, Issei, come, fuck. Well, if it was too late for me, I couldn't really help him. This is where, well, mostly Motohama says, well, it's time for me to fucking leave. This is where, well, he looks at the blondish hair girl and says, good luck in kind of saving your brother or something. Issei will probably kill him for, well, whatever reason is that. But other than that, bye. I'm going home. I'm going to be suspended anyway. I don't really care what happened towards Issei and what's it called, Riser. We go into a time skip of Riser right now badly injured, really badly injured. He is right now on the ground, and of course Issei right now using Dragon's Rage and using his own Emerald Flames to right now kick his ass. But mostly copying the Emerald, using his 5th generation to copy Benjimaru's kind of flames, and that being counting out, what's it called, anyone's flames in an instant. Even if they're not Dola bursts, but yeah. He's right now beating the shit out of Riser like if it was Kazutora and Mikey all over again. He keeps punching this motherfucker until he shows no mercy. He remembers what's it called, Riser being allergic to necklaces because he's a devil, and yes, he kind of remembers what's it called. And Joker telling him about how devils are allergic to holy weapons. So of course Issei pulled out a necklace from his like pocket because he remembers kind of getting this from just someone random, like someone just gave it to him, like he doesn't remember. He then says, hey Riser, This is where Riser said, please don't hurt me more. Shut your bitch ass up. I'm gonna choke you with this damn necklace because I don't have any rope. Wait, never mind, I can use that. This is where, Riser says, no, wait, we can talk about this. Shut your bitch ass up. I told you how many times I don't like you showing up. I don't give a damn if you came here to look for your goddamn girlfriend. She probably became mine. This is where, mostly Issei said, we're very sadistic, even though he's not really dating anyone, but he just really wants to make Riser feel pain, because, yeah, he's extremely annoyed with Riser, and this is where, he starts kind of choking Riser with the damn necklace, then kind of putting it around him, then he just kind of looks at this, like, pull thing that was kind of like to pull kind of packages up and down. So mostly those like old things because they're near the old school building. And this is where he then puts Riser into it and says, your bitch ass is going to be choked to death. You're going to be like the suicide forest in Japan. I think it's in Japan? No, not the point. But pretty much, he just kind of puts it up there, and this is where he's trying to hang Riser from a tree branch. Not really with the pulling thing, no, not the point. But this is where, mostly he's trying to kill Riser until mostly Sona tells him to stop in an instant. Issei says, huh? This is where Riser, he can't use his power because, again, human. This person's a human, kinda. But he's not trying to reveal that because Issei's quite scary as fuck. Now, of course, and there's also the fact that, what's it called? Issei is also will threaten him again to kill him. But yeah, because he can counter the flames generation, but not the point. But this is where, mostly Sona tells Issei to stop and try to kill, Riser. And this is where Issei says, no, this motherfucker pushed me again. I'm going to make sure he stays dead. Riser says, please, help. I need someone help me. This is where Raffle was about to use her flames until mostly Sona stopped her in an instant and saying, Issei, if you don't do that again, I will suspend you another day. Issei says, then do it. Actually, better idea. Kick me out of this school. I'm killing another motherfucker in this school. It's not the first time I kill someone, so what's the fucking point of this shit? This is where, mostly Sona glares at Issei, but this is where Issei looks at Sona's glare. But he also noticed a little hint of sadness that Sona is giving off, which Issei sighs and decides to stop choking Riser with the necklace and decides to just kick him off the tree, right now slamming him down to the ground, which Issei kind of like jumps off the tree branch and kind of like slams his foot into Riser's back, and this is where Issei says, fine, don't care if you suspend me for another month. Also, Riser, if you come anywhere near the school, even near your kind of potential girlfriend, fiance, or whoever the fuck it is, I'll kill you. I'll literally fucking kill you. I don't give a damn if your fiance, girlfriend, whatever the fuck is here in this damn school. I will literally murder you in an instant. I do not care. Remember that, Riser. I think that was your name. Riser? Rising? Well, whatever the fuck it is. This is where Issei walks away with an angry kind of look. This is where, mostly when Issei disappears, Riser looks at Arias and says, we give up this marriage. I give up this marriage. Bitch, I am not fighting against that man. I don't give a damn. You either move from this school, or I'm not showing up in this goddamn town at all. I don't give a damn. You, us, it's not a thing. No. I'd rather marry fucking Abaluma. Whoever the fuck, whoever. I'd rather marry anyone in my goddamn barrage instead of you. Literally do not care. You? Hell no. Me? That's not thing. No, I don't care. This is where, mostly Riser makes his magic circle and disappears, leaving Raffle that'll just stun. This is where, Rias is stunned. Sona's also stunned. Everyone is just stunned. Sanji is also suspended, so of course he got limited to his magic being suppressed, mostly Seal, and even his sacred gear, even though he hasn't unlocked his sacred gear, but not the point. But this is where, mostly that was the thing. Issei is getting to his house, mostly towards his, like family, like Sona, with the Sono family, and even with the Kurogao, his two brothers, and of course just deciding to go home. But of course, mostly the next day happens, and of course Susanna says, why shouldn't we just go somewhere fun? I mean, you're suspended for 1 month. Let's just go somewhere fun. Mostly Mikey says, like, where? Disneyland. This is where, Mikey said. This is where, he says, I don't think I really want to go to Disneyland. I always wanted to go to Kyo. This is where, mostly Susanna says, then let's go to Kyo. This is where, he says, smiles at mostly Susanna. This is where Mikey's sad, but he just says, fine, let's go. But, of course, that is where I'm going to leave it off for kind of part 9 of this What If. Yeah, other than that, bye, so yeah. Well, bye.